and we'll go over to something now. We'll go over to PlayStation, who is giving away a free weekend, multiplayer weekend, for those of you who don't have PlayStation Plus, which I don't know who doesn't anymore because it's kind of, you have to have it now, it seems like, for every game. They're giving away a free weekend. You excited? I mean, you obviously don't care because you're already paying for it.
Oh,
but...
dude. So I wrote that up. I saw that, and I wrote it up on theordinarygamer.com, our website. Plug. But I wrote it up, and I was like, for those of you that don't have enough scrap, to get PlayStation Plus, like, I don't know why. And then I come home on Thursday, and lo and behold, my PlayStation Plus is gone. It's expired. I'm like, screw you. I bought a year. I bought a freaking year. I know I did. And I think I'm like, well, crap, it's been a year. Shit, man, I can't believe this. So I had to buy some PlayStation Plus. I could have waited for the free weekend and then just done it after, like, some cheap bastard. But then I was like, but then I got to go 2 days without playing, waiting for the weekend. So I was like, screw that. I'm just gonna buy it.
See, I wish free weekends didn't count as part of your year. I wish if you ever got a free weekend, it counted. But we'll move on from this because I don't think it really affects us too much. But for those out there, it's an announcement for those of you who want to try, who have a PlayStation 4, who don't have PlayStation Plus for whatever reason. Give it a shot. Play some of the games online. I know it's going to be big for like games like Destiny, especially. I don't know who has Destiny and doesn't like play it online, but some people, I guess, I'm sure it's out there. But you also mentioned earlier that in this past month they gave out a lot of free games for PlayStation Plus members as well. They gave out, what is it? Ollie Ollie 2.
Yes.
Valiant
New
Hearts.
and tasty.
The Oddworld game. They gave like 4 or 5 games, and you and I, because we're old and jaded, we're very suspicious of this. This is the thing. Why is PlayStation giving out a free weekend, and why are they giving out so many free games when before they gave out 2, and also the network was always down. So now it feels like they're being really ultra kind, and we're starting to think, and you think they're going to raise the prices of.
They're going to raise the price of the yearly PlayStation Plus subscription. That's my guess. Because they're having problems with their network and stuff. My guess is they found a fix, but it's going to be expensive. That would be my guess. So they're like, well, screw it. We'll give them some games, make them happy, and then we'll stick it.
See,
which my guess is $10. They'll raise it $10 a year.
Yeah, because I mean that's still competitive because I think that would be equal with Xbox Live now, right? Because they are $10 more if I'm not mistaken.
Usually what companies will do though, they'll tell you ahead of time, like, okay, in a month we're raising the price $10, just so you guys know. So then you can go out there and buy you a card, a year card, and just have it. You can use it then, and it'll just add it on to your time.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus it'll probably go on sale. It goes on sale like anything else.
I mean, it's just such nice stuff. It's such a randomly nice. It becomes off as promotional. That's the thing. Like when companies give you anything,
is free. We have that mentality,
Yeah.
We have the mentality that nothing's free. There's a cost in here somewhere. It's coming. It's coming.
And if they're giving out all these promotional things, it either tells me that a lot of people aren't buying PlayStation Plus, which I doubt. I don't know. I don't have the numbers, which could be true, but I don't get that feel that people would buy a PlayStation and then go, I don't want to play online with it. I feel like if you already spent the money for that, you're like already planning to get a year's worth of PlayStation Plus. I mean, yeah, it just reeks of something's going on because as you and I know with business, like you said, nothing's free. And business is never nice. They don't, when they take you out and beat you with a cane, they're going to buy you dinner first. That's how they do it. Yeah. Like most people just come and beat you with a cane. They actually buy you dinner and make you.
It's like that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. I didn't need it. I didn't ask for it. I appreciate it, but it was something that they did extra for no good reason. And that makes me nervous.
So you think they're going to raise the price, but do you think they're going to start giving you at least 3 or 4 games now every month as well? Do you think they're going to increase the game output?
No.
That's possible. I mean, I don't know. We would like to think that. Yeah, that would be kind of a waste, wouldn't it? Like,
look, I'm going to need you to increase your outpussy.
Like, I don't know. Like to me, I maybe being the sucker I am. When I saw the free games this month, I just thought, okay, well they're all kind of like indie games. So I thought, well maybe they have like 4 indie games, and because sometimes they'll give you a AAA game, they'll give you like Battlefield or they'll give you something, and I was like, okay. Maybe they just didn't have a AAA to give you, so they felt bad. And we're like, well, here's some indie games. Maybe I know a lot of times people don't realize that when they give you these free games of the month, they actually do make money because people get these games and then end up buying the DLC. and stuff for them too because they ended up enjoying the game. And also a lot of people feel like, well, since I got the game for free, I don't mind spending $10 because I didn't. It's just $10. Depends on the person, but I know that happens, you know. And I don't know how much money they actually make every time they give out a free game. It just seemed weird. Like there has to be a purpose, and we don't know what that purpose is. They're being just as mysterious as Nintendo right now. So little you know, cautious of that. But for any ways to continue, for those of you, enjoy your month of free games and enjoy your weekend of free online gaming. God of War 3 is getting the remastered HD treatment. Are you excited for that? They're putting it out for PS4, remastering it.
Honestly, I didn't like it the first time around. So,
are you not a big God of War guy, or?
No, I respect God of War. I know people like it a lot. I played it and I thought it was just okay. You know, I don't know.
I mean, I'm kind of with you. I mean, for those of you who love it, I think it's going to be great. My attitude about it is, once again, I'm just so tired of remasters. Just make a new God of War for me. Just make a new one. But I understand you guys want to save money and milk me some more. But, you know, like you said before, too, there's people who they never got to play the game, so they go back in time. But see, I thought about having these weeks off. I thought about your stance on that because you've always kind of convinced me in that sense. I was like, okay, you know, that makes sense. Maybe people who never got to experience Mario can have a remastered version for their new console and experience Mario or something like that. But for me, God of War 3 is such a specific title. You didn't remaster the original God of War. You remastered one of them in the series, which is now what I've always felt, which is you're just being lazy. And you're doing the Hollywood thing that Hollywood's been doing for years, where you go, we already have this property. It costs a lot of money to create it's a lot of risk to create a new property. Let's just do something that we know will sell and just remaster it and buy us some time and still make some money. And it just seems like a business decision. It doesn't seem like an art decision. And I you know, me being the jerk I am about that, I'm just like, ugh. Whenever I see remasters, I'm still just kind of like, I don't know. Except for Payday 2, Crime Wave, which has just came out. Which I will talk about that.
Everybody needed to play.
Well, you see my point. Even though that is a game I personally I like that game. That is the point. I mean, Payday didn't redefine gaming, so remastering it doesn't tell kids like, oh, you know, I wish I would have played Payday 2 back in the day. Like, I missed that. That game came out like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So it's not like it's like a 15-year-old game that you're finally getting back. A meaningful remaster, which is what your argument is. And that's what I'm saying. I had the time to think about it, that unless it's a meaningful remaster, I don't want them anymore. I don't want any more remasters unless it's a meaningful remaster. And what a meaningful remaster is can be defined in common sense. It's the title you know. It's the title you know off the top of your head. And you go, what games do you like? Or what are the big games you can think of? And you go, God of War.
When you think of a PlayStation, what game comes to mind? Which I guess I can see that because, you know, when you think of PlayStation, God of War does come to mind.
But not God of War 3. Like, you know, that's just using the franchise. But if you remastered God of War, I get that. Yeah, if you remastered Last of Us, which they did so quickly, but I get that because they were kind of like, it was on the tail end of the old console. Here it's for the new console. Yeah. They just wanted to give everyone the experience to play it. I didn't feel like that was a business decision.
To play the devil's advocate, I would say, you know, God of War 1 was a long time ago, man. That would take a lot of lotion. Yeah.
But that makes it more meaningful. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're giving it a real remaster. You're truly remastering it. You know, you're just doing that. To me, it feels like that Hollywood thing where they buy IP back in the 70s and they go, well, that's been sitting there for a while. We had the original RoboCop. We have the license to that. Let's make a new RoboCop. Screw people. Yeah. Screw it being good. Yeah. These kids don't know. There's a 10-year window for everything. Everyone knows this. We're not stupid. In business, there's a 10-year window. They go, what was big 10 years ago is now we're gonna re-release it. Because the new generation of 12-year-olds don't know what it is because they were 2 when it came out. And the new generation of 22-year-olds who were 12 when it came out when they were young are going to go back to it as a nostalgia thing. So when you remaster something every 10 years, you get 2 markets now. You get like the new market of idiots who are like, this is the greatest thing ever. And you got the old jaded 22-year-olds who go, yeah, we know it was great. We still bought it because I love that, you know. That's why, you know, they make these comic book movies every 10 years. They make, you know, there was Spider-Man in 2004, Spider-Man in 2014. There's like because these new kids they don't know, and the old kids are idiots and they have money now and they want to throw it at the things they remember because they don't want to lose their childhood, and that's what they do with these remasters. But I don't like it. Like I personally hate it because I'm like, let these kids have their own culture. I want to be an old confused man. We talked about this before. I want to be the old confused man who doesn't know what's going on, because then I know that progress is being made. Like I want to be the guy when a kid talks about something, I go, what is that? I don't know what that is. And they go, this is the thing, and they show it to me, and I go, I'm old. And I'm also proud because these kids have their own thing now. They have their own. They made it, or their generation made it. They feel proud of that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like them getting the stuff I got. I'm just like, you shouldn't have to.
Well, I say that too, but at the same point, like, with somebody with kids, I can say that I'm still guilty of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I'll say that all day. But have they ever made The Last Starfighter? Like they've been talking about trying to get a remake of it. If they ever remade The Last Starfighter, I would like take my kid to watch it. Like, look, I watched this movie when I was a kid, and it was awesome, and this and that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. See, I would show them the original. That would be, to me, that would be the bonding experience.
Oh, I did.
Well, see, that's the thing. But the new one, to me bores me because I'm like, I would love a kid to be like, hey, you got to see RoboCop, and they go, what's RoboCop? And I go, oh, you don't know? Here's RoboCop, and they go, whoa, because I don't care how old you are, RoboCop still looks cool. If you go back and you watch the original '80s RoboCop, it still looks cool, and you don't you dare say it doesn't.
I was about to ask you, does it hold up? I don't know.
I mean, it holds up. It holds up in the sense that it's old. Like I'm okay with it. Like you see like the old claymation, or you see like the old when they Harryhausen effects, with the robots. You're like, that's not a CGI robot. That was a real little toy they had to like move, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. Like to me, I'm like, I want a kid to see that because I want them to see how things were done, and also understand that the movie still is good. Like because kids don't care. Kids they don't care about the graphics. Like they don't know that it looks new because it's new to them regardless. You get what I'm saying? Like you show them the new Transformers, they don't know that it looks cool. But if you showed them now they're going to compare it to everything else, and you're just butchering what was an old thing. But I think there's something to be said about the way it looks anyways. If something looks old, good, it should look old because it should look like the time it represented, and that just gives people more of appreciation for it. They go, I get it. I see it's cool that it was done that way. It's not done that way anymore. It's interesting. It's fascinating. But that's just, I'm going on a soapbox here. You know how I feel about remasters. God of War 3 is getting remastered because obviously that's an essential game to any gamer's library.
I agree with you I agree that one should not be remade. I agree with that.
I mean, same with Payday 2. I love the game. They remastered. They got the Crime Wave edition. But I will say one thing about it though. You and I had a bet going. You said you believed it would be released $49.99. You said $50,
yep.
And I told you no, it'd be $39.99. And we're both right. That's what's so funny about this. Its retail price is $49.99, but it's on sale for $37.99. So I think
I swear, I think there's some very important people that are listening to our show. Because how many times is that now that we talk about something, and it comes to fruition?
I mean, I'd like to pretend that we're that important, and I'm going to. That's the thing. I'm not gonna stop. I love being delusional. I'm gonna just think that we're like the most important guys in the world because people don't realize
you remember when I was hard on Destiny, and you were positive about Destiny, and then all of a sudden you're getting all kinds of crazy loot and luck, and I'm getting my ass handed to me and shit for drops.
I mean, I wonder. I like to believe in conspiracies because I don't like science or facts. So I want the most gut feeling about everything. I just go with my gut on everything. Like, dude, it's like I'm like Phil. Like I remember I watched you remember that old celebrity show on VH1 where they had to like lose weight and they had like all the fat celebrities. And they had Phil Margera. Okay, well they had Phil Margera on there. His Bam Margera's father. And I'll never forget this. They said, here's they were telling him how to eat healthy foods, and they gave him an apple, and he said, I'm going to eat the cotton candy. He said, cotton candy's healthier for you than an apple. And they go, why do you think? He goes, because it weighs less than an apple, therefore it won't put as much weight into him. That's how he thought about food. He really thought it was, if it weighs 4 pounds, that 4 pounds is going in me. He didn't understand the sense of digestion. That's how I think about everything. Like I don't like science or chemistry or like I said, facts. I want conspiracies. Are you on the Twitch website right now, by the way?
I am not.
Because we just got a message. I can't read it. I wonder if it's the Bosnian. If it is, I want
I
to
don't
like
know.
make
I
fun of
haven't
him.
seen him in a while.
But anyways, Payday 2 is coming out. We were both right. And so if there is like some spiritual or some all-seeing eye out there listening to us, I love free stuff. You should give me more free stuff, and I'll give you a list of reasons why later when I'm not so lazy, you know. But I'll definitely give you a reason why, like, and it'll be, reasons you can't deny. You're like, okay, yeah, we should give him free stuff. But I'll get to that later. Anyways, here's something really cool I thought was really interesting, and I wish they would do in America, because why not? And PS Denmark has gotten together with an organization called Give Blood, which is BLOD. So I'm going to say it's Give Blood. I'm trying to say, I don't know if that's how Denmark, if that's how their accent works. But what it is anybody who donates blood on March 23rd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. their time can get a copy of like free game. And Bloodborne is the newest release that they're giving out. I thought it was really funny how Bloodborne, and you could give blood to get Bloodborne. But if you give
That's
blood,
awesome.
they're gonna what's gonna happen after you give the blood and you're already woozy. They're gonna let you roll dice, which I think is actually a joke because they probably want to watch like guys who are like already and girls who are already out of it try to roll a dice. No, here dice, and like there's gonna be and whatever number you get a copy of a game. And Bloodborne is the newest release they're gonna have available, and there's also gonna be a Bloodborne themed PS4 available. And the reason they're doing this is because apparently male donors in Denmark, there's hardly any. Apparently guys in Denmark are either A, nasty and can't give blood, which I would like to think that's what it is, or B, are just so lazy and they don't care about their civic duty to save lives.
Or they're busy working. Bam.
I think that's rude. Just because I give blood doesn't mean I do it for crack money, which is why I do it though. But anyways, see, I wish
That's
they would do
awesome,
that in
though. I mean,
America.
I
Yeah,
wish
it's
they
like,
would. That's exactly what I was thinking. I wish they would do it here.
or at
I
least
mean,
do it in a
imagine the
local
line.
sense. Yeah,
Imagine the line.
I
It would be a
imagine
long ass line.
do it in your major centers that need blood. I'm sure the major metropolitan areas need blood. Like New York, I'm sure they need blood donors. I'm sure like Los Angeles needs blood donors. So have that, come out and say, hey, give blood, and you can get all this. You don't just get a cookie or the embarrassment of having to admit that you on that questionnaire the things you've done and why you can't give blood. Like now you can like go there and you just like, hey, I want to give blood. Like, well, here's the new Madden or the new Call of Duty. You know how many kids would be like, yeah, here's blood.
Yeah.
Like they'll
Seriously,
probably come bleeding to the thing, cut themselves already.
seriously, like gaming could cure leukemia. Imagine for 1 second if they said, okay, come in, get your blood tested to see if you're a bone marrow match for somebody that needs bone marrow. If you get your blood tested, bam, you get a free game. If you're a match for bone marrow, bam, you give bone marrow, you get a PS4 with the Bloodborne special edition PS4. Like there would be lines and I'd be in that line and I already have a PS4. Like cool, I hope my bone marrow matches.
I don't care about saving lives. I just want the PS4. Like,
Well, obviously people say I care, but I don't
yeah,
see
they
a long
say
line
it.
of people testing for their bone marrow.
Well, I agree. Like I think, PS Denmark and Give Blood. That's really cool of you. Like I think it's a really cool thing, and I like to see.
Yeah, I like it.
Businesses, if you want to do something, don't just give us like that BS of like we're gonna donate a penny for every $5 you spend to us. Give a freaking game out. Yeah, Uncharted 4. When you come out, if Uncharted 4 came out and they said you have a chance, it's not even that's not even guaranteed. You just have the chance to win Uncharted 4. Of course, there's one Uncharted 4 for every like pile of like Cooking Mama, that you can get. But because that's the way this works. They roll the dice, but people are still gonna for that chance. They're gonna gamble on that. They're gonna love that. They're gonna love that. Like I don't know what I'll get, but I hope I'll get PS4. And in the meantime, while they're being so selfish, they're actually giving blood and saving lives. And like you said, the bone marrow, that'd be great. Do the bone marrow thing. Give someone Uncharted. Give the Uncharted 4, and you know how many? Yeah, you might solve the world's problems in like a couple weeks, because gamers are numerous, and gamers are selfish, and gamers are lazy. But by God, if you give them a game, they'll do anything. They're like prisoners. If you give them a paperclip, they're like if MacGyver was in prison. Give them a paperclip, and they'll figure a way to like, save the world. Like they will. It's amazing. I think it's a really cool thing. For those of you in Denmark, I envy you because I give blood anyways, and I think everyone in America should give blood. But I totally think you should do it for a free game. I totally think anyone out there should do it for a free game. And they're only doing it for 5 hours. And that's what's so amazing. I bet you they're going to be out of games by the end. In a 5 hour period, they're going to have their year's quota of blood.
Oh yeah,
Like
there's gonna be a 5 hour line is what it's gonna be. You know.
that's going to be insane. I'm so excited for that. I think it's great. I think more people need to do that. Speaking of Uncharted 4, you have big news about it. It's a little old now because we haven't done the show in a while, but still
if you
important.
don't know, then now you know it's delayed. You know, delayed. It was supposed to come out. It was sometime in 2015 was when it was supposed to come out. There was no official date, but October or fall, basically when it was supposed to come out. Basically, it was supposed to come out around the exact same time as Tomb Raider, which is kind of interesting, you know, when you think about it. They're very similar games, you know. One's a PlayStation game, one is Xbox exclusive for the first year. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's delayed until spring of 2016 now.
Which is I don't know how I feel about, like, part of me hates the delay in the sense that because I don't get to play the Tomb Raider game because it comes out on Xbox One. It's Xbox One exclusive for the first year, as you said. And I was excited because I felt like, okay, well, you know, I can play Uncharted while you're over there with your Tomb Raider, even though I'm excited for Tomb Raider as well. But I also really love it because I think it's really, really, really cool of Naughty Dog because they don't want to do the day one patches. You know, they don't want to come out and give you a game and then say, oh, here, by the way, here's 10 gigabytes of stuff you got to do. They want to create a complete game. And I think that tells me that they listen to the gaming community because a lot of gamers can't stand these patches. And also, I think it says a lot about their not only their quality of game, but how, you know, micromanaged that quality is. Where they go, we're not going to release crap at all. Like, we're not just a good game with a little bit of. They don't want any cracks at all. They want masterpieces every time. They don't want anything wrong with it. I think that's the coolest thing. That's why I love Naughty Dog. I hate that it's another year, but you know.
I'll give you another view of that. Why do you put out your date, your release date? You know what I mean? Just don't do that. Just when you know it's ready, then you say, this is when it's coming out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think a lot of that has to do with
they're taking pre-orders. They're taking pre-orders on it. I'm not just saying Naughty Dog. They all do this. They start taking pre-orders. They give you a date for the release. And I've heard, you know, it's for their investors and this and that. Well, tell the freaking investors. Why are you telling the people? Why are you taking pre-orders on something that is not going to come out for a year and a half? You know
well, because
I mean?
those pre-orders are solid numbers, and that's the thing. The investors, they don't care about, you know, what you believe or what you're going to do. They want to see a real number. So when you say we already have X amount of pre-orders, they're like super excited.
I can understand that too, but I think that's a disservice to your consumer base, your fans, or whatever you want to call them.
Oh, it is, but I don't blame the studios for that. We all know that the studios. That's not. I don't think that's the studio's fault. Like, and I mean, some studios are money hungry, I'm sure, but like, that's just that's pressure from both ends. And what can you ask a studio to do? It's like gamers want you just to be honest with them, and they want to be honest with the gamers because I think they do respect, because you know, people who design games are gamers themselves. You know, they love what they do. They love. You know, they know how a lot of us think. They have community managers.
That's a good point. It's probably the publisher that put out that date, not the
oh yeah,
developer.
I doubt even a studio has time to put out a date. Yeah. You know, they're probably so busy.
I think the publishers need to be held responsible for that now too. I mean, you're taking pre-orders on a game that is going to get delayed because you put out you put out a date of release prematurely. You know what I mean? And you're burning your customer base, and eventually they're going to start being weary, and they're going to stop pre-ordering altogether. Because I've already done that, and it's just a matter of time before everybody else does.
By the way, are you on Twitch?
No, I'm not. My computer's otherwise occupied.
All right, well, I will try to do it real quick. We've been getting some messages. I'm sorry, whoever's watching. I totally forgot that Ender can't get on Twitch. Love to answer your questions or hear your complaints. I don't know exactly what they are. We'll figure it out. Let me log in. Totally logged in as my other account, my webcam account for my. I don't have a webcam. I'm completely lying. It's not true.
Webcam.
You know, for my
what kind
my
of
nightly.
Are you broadcasting right now?
Yeah, watch me play Mario without pants. You know, kids are. You know, they're probably there's guys out there who get off on watching women like crush bugs with like high heels. I'm sure there's some guy out there. You know,
Twitch made a rule now that even if you're streaming a game, like as a woman, or I guess a guy too, but as mainly directed at women, if you're streaming a game, you still can't be like overly revealing with what you're wearing. Like girls would get on and stream a game, but they'd be wearing, you know, a spaghetti strap shirt and boxer shorts. And the guys are all just sitting there just drooling watching her, because she's good looking. They don't even know what game she's playing. And it turned into this thing where it was like they really cracking down on porn, I guess, in the Twitch market. And that's part of it. It's no more revealing clothes while you're streaming games.
See, I'm kind of I'm more about like the freedom of things. I'm kind of like, let them do it, except the fact that I worry that they're all like 15-year-old girls. That's what I don't know, and you can't really moderate that. So I get I totally get why they would say it. Also, I mean, but I always say, I don't blame like strippers or something like that. People love to pick on people like who have that type of occupation, or they love to pick on a girl who plays video games and like does it scantily clad. And we're like, look at her, we're gonna judge her. But my attitude is, I go, the real joke is the people who watch it. The reason they're doing that is because there is a market for it. Like, someone wouldn't strip unless they know there's money to be made. Yeah. Which really, the joke is the people who are willing to pay to watch that. That's what's so funny. Which leads me up to the next thing. Bloodborne is being released on Tuesday, March 24th. So not only are they giving it out a day early for Giving Blood in Denmark, which is really cool, but it's also coming out the next day for those of you who want to buy it. Anyone who knows anything about Bloodborne, it's from the Dark Souls series. It's like the next installment, the Demon Soul, Dark Soul series. They never had the same name, which is just crazy to me how they continue to sell. Yeah. But I'm kind of excited. I don't know. I like the game. It's a hard game. It's a frustrating game. I probably will, mostly because I have friends who play it, and I know that it's up to 4 people co-op, I believe, when you play now. So it's going to be a lot more fun with people. It's a hard game. It's really custom. It's a fun game. It's a really good game. It's just hard. It's hard for me to justify the initial price of new releases sometimes. Unless it's like the game I know I want. $60 to me.
It's one of those games where it's kind of niche. It's kind of a niche game. It has its own market, definitely. So I want to get it, but part of me is thinking like, well, if I wait a month, can I get it for $20 less? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's what I think. Now, I doubt it will go down in a month, but yeah, if I wait, I agree with you. If you wait a while, it'll go down maybe $20, and then you'll play it. Because $40 to me is actually okay for a game. I know how much they cost to make. I'd rather pay 20 or get it for free, but that's because I just hate. I'm a shyster, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking games for their price. I know they cost a lot to make, but it costs a lot to make the money too. So I gotta play on a budget.
But anyways, it's coming out Tuesday, March 24th. For those of you who are the big fan of the Dark Souls games, and I know there was the Dark Souls remake too, or remaster, with all the DLC. Has also came out for PS4, and it also has co-op now on it. But anyways, we'll continue on. PlayStation Vue. You noticed this the other day. You want to go on about that?
Yeah, it's a PlayStation's answer to the fact that you can plug your cable into your Xbox One. It's a streaming service for cable. You can watch shows or you can watch live TV channels. It's weird that it's on here. I downloaded it, but I haven't actually tried to open it. It says that it's going to be available in Chicago and I think New York, like some major cities, like 2 or 3 major cities first. Mm-hmm. But it's on our PlayStation, so I'm curious to see if it will work now or not. As somebody that has cable that doesn't use it, I would say that might be a good viable option, maybe depending on the price. I don't know how much it'll cost, but there's a 7-day free trial, so definitely download it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Is it worth it? Are you a cord cutter already, or are you thinking of cutting your cord? And is that a viable option to do so? I'm curious.
I mean, we could try it out. You know how I am about paying twice for anything. I already pay. I have Comcast. I don't live in an area that has Google Fiber yet or anything like that. Though it is coming to my city soon, so I'm excited. Because screw you, Comcast, after I get that, I get these other options. But I have them. I mean, I have them for cable, but I don't even watch cable. I have them mostly for the internet, and they suck. I hate them. Here. I don't care if they hear me. I don't like you, Comcast. I think you suck. Screw you. And but anyways, even with that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pay PlayStation Vue when I'm already, sacrificing my firstborn every month. So because I have a firstborn every month, literally every month. So I sell my firstborn again. So obviously I'm a liar because I can't have a firstborn every month. So, anyways, I sell them to pay my Comcast bill. There's no way in hell I'm going to pay for PlayStation View on top of that. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
it's a cool idea.
I think the idea is that you would cancel your cable bill and you pay for that instead and use
Oh,
it.
is it actually going to be like a cable service? I mean, I don't know. I'm completely ignorant to what PlayStation View will be or is.
Yeah, basically it would replace your need for cable. You wouldn't need
Interesting.
cable and that. You would just have that and not have cable.
Hmm.
The problem is like cable. I mean, cable it comes on more than one TV. Whereas your place, if you only have one TV, then the PS4 is fine because you could use that. But it'll only work on one TV. So, but cable will work on as many TVs as you want, as many TVs as you own.
Well, that's because they have those little boxes. Do you think PlayStation will now have like their own little like mini PS4 boxes that you can put throughout your house for each TV? You think they're going to do something like that? Is that what the Nintendo NX is? Is that actually what it's going to be? Is it going to be little cable box? We don't know.
Cable. Like you don't actually play Mario games. You just watch the Mario show from now
Yeah, you
on.
just watch the Mario show. Oh, oh, Nintendo, you're in. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I just don't. Maybe I'll try the trial.
It's a 7-day trial. Yeah, just
Yeah,
try the trial.
but I mean, you're gonna have to do more than to convince me. And we're getting close to the end of our show. There's one other kind of major piece of news that happened over the past couple of weeks because we have been out of town. I've been on tour, and I'm finally home. And EA has shut down Maxis of Emeryville, which kind of important in the fact that it's laying off a lot of people. And Maxis of Emeryville is known for the Sims games, SimCity and like the Sims. Now, of course, they've not gotten rid of the properties. They've now allocated those to other studios. I don't have the actual studios in front of me, but I know it's one of their California studios. But they shut down all this and they laid off all these people, and I think it sucks because now these people are without jobs. But the good thing for you people without jobs out there, to round the show off, like we said earlier at the beginning of the show, Unreal Engine 4 is now available for free. So even though you're out of a job, go get that engine and, go create the next, big monster. Get together and create something, Only thing I can think. You guys obviously have the experience, I don't know if you have experience with that engine, but we're really sorry for it over here at The Ordinary Gamer. We really hate hearing about, people who go to school, invest their lives and create games, and they just get laid off, especially by a big monster like EA, who isn't like hurting for money.
Just give them a big fuck you and invent the next greatest game on your own with that Unreal Engine.
Yeah. Call it the eat shit, but have the EA and the eat like really big, and that's what you'll call your game. Eat shit, and like that, and that's what you just create the next game.
I will support that game because I don't like EA. The only reason I deal with EA is because of games like Mass Effect. That's the only reason I put up with it. So I would definitely support that game.
So yeah, go out there, get the Unreal Engine 4. It's for free for anybody. They've licensed it now for free. Anybody can get it and create games. Maxis of Emeryville employees and eat shit. And you already have 2 purchases, and I think that's enough to get you off the ground, right? Two purchases for your game.
2 confirmed pre-sales.
2 confirmed pre-sales. For eat shit. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's just popping balloons for an hour, and then I have to pay to play. I have to pay to play to do that. I'm totally going to support it. I hate when people get laid off. The upside is I'm sure Nintendo will be laying off a lot of people too, so I wouldn't make a Nintendo game.
They did. Nintendo UK laid off 320 people.
That's like half the population of the UK, I think, right? Isn't it something like that? That's terrible. You just put half a country, their whole GDP just like declined now because you put them out of work. No, I mean, anyways, that's the show for today, everyone. I appreciate Moss, who I didn't read any of his comments or her comments. I really apologize. Usually Ender's onto that. I suck at it because I run so many things. He pretends like he's downloading porn, but we know he buys it. He really was just being lazy today. But thank you so much, everybody. That is The Ordinary Gamer Show. You can always find us at theordinarygamer.com. You can follow us on Twitter at theordinarygamers at 01 Ender. I can't remember. I'm really bad. Or at theordinarygamer 01. You can find us on YouTube at The Ordinary Gamer. And you can always spam Ender the foe. And have a good day, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get off. What was the tagline? The Ordinary, because it's been a couple of weeks. I'm so out of it. By the way, yes, the Ordinary Gamer. That's ordinary guys with extraordinary opinion. All right, now you can have a good day. And how do I turn this off? I am just so out of it. Anyways, have a good day, everybody.